That's what Caitlin thought when God told her to compete in the 2019 Miss Georgia pageant, despite battling illness and recovering from a car accident. It was a challenge to say the least, but the lessons she learned in the process were worth far more than the crown she walked away with.
Have you ever found yourself at a place where the task before you seems impossible? Whether you're facing impossibility, it seems in your calling, your career, your family, addiction, whatever it is. In 2019, I felt God give me the impossible task of competing in a pageant again. I had competed when I was younger, but I had been married. My husband and I had just moved back to Georgia, and I remember feeling prompted by God to compete in the Mrs. Georgia USA pageant in 2019. Now that seemed kind of impossible, but I had done pageants before. But the few weeks before the pageant, everything kept piling up and it seemed impossible. I got sick with the flu, and then the week before I broke a rib from having a terrible cough and got in a wreck. And I remember the week before the pageant saying, God, I felt like you told me to do this. I felt like this is something you led me to do. This is impossible. And I felt God prompt me to remember a saying that my husband used to have hanging in his office, and it's by Charles Stanley. It said, God takes full responsibility of those who are wholly devoted to him. And God told me in that moment that I needed to quit being responsible and let him be responsible for what I saw as impossible. Later on that week, I did turn that over to him and I won Mrs. Georgia USA, but it's because I gave the responsibility to God. There are many of you watching this today and you're saying, what God is showing me to do seems impossible. The situation I'm facing is impossible. So allow God to be responsible for whatever situation you're facing. Bear the responsibility of preparing what he's told you to, but give God a responsibility for seeing the dream through. And I promise you, your life will never be the same again. With man, it is impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Amen. With God, all things are possible.